This is Pacific Rim, a movie created by 700 VFX artists over a period of 2 years with a budget of $180 million, and I'm taking on the challenge to see if I can recreate it with a budget of $0 in 5 days to see if I can become a professional VFX artist. My goal for this was not to compete with a team of professionals, but to see how far I've grown in the last 1.5 years of learning code. I have always wanted to recreate this shot where Gypsy Danger and Striker Eureka dropped into the ocean, but I knew pulling off a water simulation with a huge scale like this would take forever to calculate and render, and not to talk of the several iterations I would have to go through to get a good result. And I also do not want my PC to go. So I pivoted to something more doable. Gypsy Danger emerging from a bunker. Idea got in, it was time to prepare a model of Gypsy. And modeling a diesel Jaeger like Gypsy from scratch would take a while. I was lazy to do that. So I went to Sketchfab for a model, and after some searching, I couldn't find a model that fits what I wanted. But luckily, I stumbled on a free pack by Andrew Parkinson, and it had fully rigged Jaegers like Gypsy, Striker Eureka, and even Kaijus. So I chose Gypsy. The model looked great, but was too clean for what I needed it for. I modified the textures in Blender Shader Editor, added rust, some edge wears, dirt, and tweaked colors a bit. And I got the vibe of what I wanted. And here is the before and after of it. With the model approved and an idea of a Jaeger coming out of a bunker in place, I quickly blocked out the scene so I don't have to build what's not needed. I set up the camera in position and did some basic keyframing to get an overall idea of the shot, and animated Gypsy as needed. I then proceed to adding details to the environment, its bashing assets that weren't needed as a specific. I also generated the landscape using Blender's landscape tool and modified it a bit. I added a plane and tweaked it to match the look of an ocean surface. Also added an ocean modifier for a little bit of distortion for that ocean-like look, and animated it using a driver. I added some trees, volumetrics, and tweaked the textures a bit. For the lighting, I decided to use a different set of lighting for each shot and animated each set turning on and off as needed. I added a little bit of detail here and there, and it was good enough to render. Rendering tested my patience, but I'm happy I survived it. I went straight into After Effects to add some overlays like fog and snow falling for that added depth and to break up that CG look to the render. With that done, I went straight into Premiere Pro to sound design because I'm more comfortable doing my sound designs there. I then did a little bit of color grading in DaVinci, and it popped even more. And here is me playing with the grades on and off to see what's changed. With everything completed, here is the moment you have been waiting for. After 5 days of modeling, animating, and editing on a budget of $0, this is my Pacific Rim inspired VFX shot.